Good evening and welcome to the backyard at Blas, proudly supported by Bank of Ireland. I'm Artie Clifford, the chairman, and it's great to see so many of you here and that have travelled, given that somebody's left the tap running. So I'm going to say very little, but the one thing I will say is Blas wouldn't be here without our supporters. And like at 18 years, we have worked with our guests who, you know, have brought it to the level that it's at. So thank you very much. So a big round of applause for Mary Morrissey from Board Bia and Drew McIvor from Invest INI. Thank you. Oh, and welcome to all of you who are watching this online. Thank you.
Thank you, Artie. Good evening, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here. I was here last year. It was my first time, and it was an amazing experience. I just first want to say thank you to Artie and Fallon for giving us this opportunity again to be associated with Blas na hÉireann. I don't think anybody would argue in terms of the impact and the influence that Blas na hÉireann has had on the Irish food and drink industry since its inception. And I think it's probably largely driven by the vision and the dedication that the founders had, and then combined with the dedication from what I understand, a pretty small team, a very, very strong work ethic. So I think probably can't underestimate and value what you've done in terms of for the food and drink industry. And, you know, we've been associated with Blas na hÉireann for a long time, and I will say it, we have increased our support, and that's because I think what you're doing here at Blas very much aligns with our strategic priorities for the next number of years. And what we're about really, I think, is championing responsible food production and premium quality. That's very much at the heart of what we do, and we believe it's very much at the heart of what Blas is about. And I think that's just really important to say. Look, you know, we have a number of priorities, and I won't give you our strategy presentation, but just to say that what we can't do everything alone. And I think that's why we're very much in partnership with Blas. And I think what they do for the overall food industry is really incredible. A lot of what we do and a lot of where our resources go is onto the export market. But we can't do that if there isn't, you know, really strong foundation here on the domestic market with brands and with companies. And I think what Blas does is very much having a real tangible impact there, and is really about sort of driving the commerciality of the industry as well. The awards, you know, I think awards are amazing. I think they really give an opportunity to companies to be benchmarked, to be recognised, and to celebrate, because it's a tough industry and it's really important to celebrate. And I think that's what the awards do. And they also really help in terms of helping companies, I think, ultimately build for successful exports, because that's what they need first and foremost. It makes them more competitive overseas. I suppose also Blas isn't just about awards, because I think it's a big part of connection, and that's what I would have really seen here last year. I was a little bit blown away by it. I think this whole connection, and I think, to be fair, I don't think you'll find an industry that's more connected and supportive than the Irish food and drink industry. So the backyard, you know, I was looking at some of the themes, and, you know, it's everything from TikTok to tariffs. And I think it just shows as well, you know, in terms of some of the challenges and the opportunities within the food and drink industry, the breadth of what's actually been discussed at the backyard. I probably should stop soon, Artie, shouldn't I? Really?
No, Mary,
sorry.
You're doing really well, you know. Keep on telling me how great we are.
I do have a couple of colleagues here. Adam Baker is here, and Declan Fennell is here as well, and will be here for the next couple of days. So like we do know lots of people, but there's lots we don't. So I would say, talk to us. We want to connect as well while we're here. We want to share our insights in terms of what we know about the domestic market and about the export market as well. So please do connect in with us. I suppose finally, I just want to say that, I'd imagine a Trojan amount of work has gone in over the last number of months. Like we just rock up, we don't see it, but there's a Trojan amount of work. So, and I think what it does is really elevates the industry. And the fact that you attract so many people down here to Dingle, it is a long drive down. So I just want to wish the organisers and everybody involved, all the food companies, the very best over the next couple of days. And I'm sure once again it's going to be a huge success. And we do look forward to collaborating again in the future.
Thank you so much, Mary. Yeah. Thank you, Mary, for those very kind words. It was a vision. And to see how the little child has grown is incredible. And it is, but it is, as you say, Mary, it's it's creating the community and an all-inclusive community. So we're very happy to do that. And, as somebody said to me once, build it and they will come. So I think today is evidence with the conditions that we're under. So let me hand you over to Drew McIvor from Vivest and I, and Drew can say some more very kind words about us.
Thank you. Thank you, Artie. Thank you, Mary. I think Mary's nearly said all the kind words that I have for you. But it's a real honour to be here because I think this is my 13th year at Blas. And I recognise quite a few faces around the room that have been here the same length of time. And the first time I ever arrived down here, I did not know what I was coming to. No idea what I was coming to. Shane McGardle, who's passed, brought us down here. Not a clue did we know we were, I was coming to. And I heard this word, the Blas family. And I was going, what is this Blas family? And this is the Blas family. You are all, everybody in this room is the Blas family. It's an honour for me to sit in this room because I'm sitting, when you look around this room, have a look at yourselves. And when you walk into next door and you see your produce on the shelf, have a little look at the produce on the shelf and the products, the drinks, the beef, the dairy sector. Have a look at everything you see. You are the top producers on this island. And just think about that for a few seconds. You are the top producers on this island. You're the best there is, all Ireland, north and south. I think that is an amazing achievement. And look, I'm lucky enough, for 13 years I've judged, and I know how rigorous the judging is on Blas. There is nothing like it I have ever seen. It is the toughest judging you're going to get. So only the cream comes to the top, and you are the cream of the cream. So for me, if you're ever in a time when you're sitting, and I know because I come from a producer background and I've seen artisan, I've worked with artisans, if you ever see yourselves sitting challenged in a corner, wondering, good God, how do I get out of this? Come back to today and always think, we are the top producers in the world. I don't have a challenge. I have an opportunity. That's what you always have. And you know something? We wouldn't be here without the vision and the foresight of Artie Clifford. It's Artie that came up with this vision many, many, many years ago. And I'm just amazed at every year. It evolves. It's alive. The Blas is always live. It's always evolving. It's always growing. There's all new things always coming into this here. And from the cinema to where we are now, to the backyard, it's probably one of the most amazing, never mind food awards, it's probably one of the most amazing networking event for yourselves to chat to all our producers, chat about your challenges, chat about your opportunities. But it's also one of the biggest opportunities to chat to, the food sector, the supply chain. You have a supply chain for the next 2 days coming in from all the multiple retailers, food service, wholesale, special retailers. You have them all here to chat to. This is about the only place in the world you're ever going to get that opportunity. And especially for small producers, we're like yourselves at Borbea, we're about export. But the real world is you've got to build domestic. If you can't trade domestically, you can't trade on export. So when you build a strong and learn how to trade domestically, Then you can move into the export markets, whether it's, I'm not counting Northern Ireland, I'm counting GB, whether it's GB or wider Europe or wider world. That's where you learn to trade. And that opportunity has come because of Blas and all the stuff that you learn at the backyard. Whether it's sometimes it's mental health, whether it's exports, whether there's buyers talking, you know, sometimes there's some of us government talking about different grant schemes. You learn every year you're here. But we would not be here without Artie Clifford and his team. And we look at the team, you know, Artie started this, Fallon then took it on, and working with Artie and with the new girls, Ali, and then with all the volunteers who have come in on the back of that, keep this running. And how they do it, it's amazing. And they must have little elves somewhere. The Christmas elves must work here when they're not doing Christmas. But that's what this is about. This is about you as producers. This is about the passion you bring to the food sector. This is all about you and the awards together. That's what grows.
I'll get emotional. Thank you, Drew, for those kind words. And what I'm going to do is wrap it up. But I've thanked Mary and I've thanked Drew. But I'd like to thank you, the producers, who are the ones who make this happen. Thank you.